Hey everyone, it's me, Fashion Coder, and today I was trying to figure out what I could learn about PulseChain today, and I actually found something that I wanted to share with everyone. So if you come to PulseChain.com and scroll down to the developer section and click Start with Reading the Docs, it will bring us to their GitLab. And within their GitLab right here, we can scroll down and the README is right here, and it goes into what version 4 is. Now, as someone who writes documentation for version release notes, I was reading through this and I was like, oh, this is something that I have been able to do for my past teams. I was like, people probably actually don't really know how to read this unless they have developer experience. So what I've done is I've gone through this and I have compiled a list, and if you get that pun, you get a gold star today. If I compiled this list of what this all actually means. And so if you are technical, you've already got this, good for you. But probably most of the population, if you're not into coding or just not in touch with what's going on, technically with PulseChain, you're not going to probably understand this. So I have got your back, and that is what I'm here for. All right. So let's actually just read through it first, and then I will go in and kind of decipher it. At first, when I was writing release notes for my different teams and such, I didn't really like it because it seriously can be so technical, but also it's awesome because it allows, at least for me as a product owner at a tech company, to be able to know what the product is and what's going on. And it was super cool. Something that I did get to do on my last team is I was the one that got to deploy all of our apps. And so my name was the contact for our apps on the iOS store so the App Store and the Google Play Store, which is so cool. And it still is actually too. So that's awesome. But let's get into it. So version 4, so this version of PulseChain testnet brings the following enhancements. Also, let's read this sentence beforehand. For testnet V4, beacon chain presets have been adjusted to correct the issuance rate and validator APR. Cool. Okay, so a revamped consensus model based on Ethereum POS, decreased slot time compared with Ethereum, so a 17% speed up. Validator reward burning equals more deflationary pressure, and then the 25% fee burn and additional burn to compensate for reduced slot time. Multiple client support, so the consensus clients with Prism Pulse and Lighthouse Pulse, and then execution clients Go Pulse and Aragon Pulse. Sacrifice credits have been written. Ethereum staker validator deposits have been refunded. The AMM bot has been executed to rebalance various automated market makers. Okay, so my notes on this is, let's see. So within this, so there's a new way of confirming transactions, which is just this right here, which is through this model, the Ethereum POS, which is proof of stake. The next thing is that there are faster transaction speeds, which is what this line means basically. So there is that 17% speed up, which honestly, that's kind of crazy. And then there's a way to make the network more deflationary by burning rewards for validators, which is within this next line. And then from there, let's see. So there's various technical tasks that have been completed to ensure that everything runs smoothly. And then there's different support for the different software programs that can interact with the network. And so those are going to be these things. And just overall, it's an important step for PulseChain to have the full launch to the mainnet, which is super cool. And so, who doesn't want faster transaction speeds? Who doesn't want there to be, the deflationary pressure? It's all awesome. And so glad that they put this in here. If you go through this README, if you've seen any of my other videos about reading through code or going through code, anyone can come in and read the README. And PulseChain has actually, they show it within their GitLab right here, as well as they've done it for their other versions as well. But you can come in and look and see what they have. So this is the version 4. And then it kind of talks about just how to connect to MetaMask. So once mainnet does come out, you're going to want to look at the GitLab of it, or Richard Hart's tweets, because this is going to be like the safest place to get that information. So there's that. And then it also goes into running a node, which is kind of cool. And so it like actually gives you the code that you need to run. It walks you through the steps that you need to do. So that's awesome. And then it gives you like different options if like you're already using a database. And then staking and running a validator, like it allows you to go into that. So it's really cool. And it allows you to see just like what's going on. And for the general population of people in PulseChain, you do not need to know this, but that's okay. Like, it's nice to know that there's something there. It's nice to know where you can find it. And so that is, I'm going to go over that one more time. So I am on PulseChain.com right here. I just clicked on the docs for the developers, but I did go into the block explorer up here and I was able to find it too. If you scroll to the bottom of the page on the block explorer, see this little cat looking thing? If you click on that, then it brings you to the exact same space. So there's several ways to get to that if you can't find it either way, but there it is. If you have any questions about V4 and what was launched in version 4, feel free to put them in the comments below. And thanks so much for watching. Bye.